I need assistance.
Well, don't your arms work?
They don't.
You can move your mouth.
As can you.
The Upside is directed by Neil Berger and is a remake of a 2011 French film called The Untouchables. The Upside tells a story, very loosely based on real people and events, of Del Scott, played by Kevin Hart, a recent parolee with a lousy work ethic that's clashing hard with his sincere longing to repair a damaged relationship with his son, and how he comes to be in the employ of billionaire Philip Lacasse, played by Bryan Cranston, a quadriplegic in need of a new caretaker. I have to admit, I've kind of grown tired of Kevin Hart. He very much suffers from same guy syndrome, which would be fine if that guy wasn't so irritating. Hart always plays a dude that's loud, obnoxious, and insecure, and while that may have been funny a few times, it's pretty much played itself out in my book. So I was surprised at how much I really enjoyed his performance here. There are a few scenes where the Kevin Hart we're all familiar with starts to surface, but those moments are brief and relatively subdued. Bryan Cranston is fabulous as always, and he does it all from the neck up. With just his face and voice to work with, Cranston conveys dignity, fear, love, loss, frustration, bitterness, joy, and anger with an ease that only an actor of his caliber could manage. Nicole Kidman plays Yvonne Pendleton, a former co-worker, I think, who now volunteers her time to help Philip. She's openly hostile towards Del Scott and is very obviously, if not openly, in love with Philip. Kidman does a serviceable job here, but she really doesn't have much to work with. That said, I can't wait to see her in Destroyer. There really are very few other characters of note in this movie. There's Del's baby mama Latrice, played by Aja Naomi King, and their son Anthony, played by Jahi Diallo Winston, both of which play a pivotal role in the story of Del's redemption while not having much to do acting-wise. There's Carter, Philip's nosy, sanctimonious neighbor, played by Tate Donovan, who shows up a couple times but has little bearing on the overall story. Plus there are a lot of side characters whose names either don't even get mentioned or aren't worth remembering. And that's fine, because the lack of side characters frees up time for us to spend with Del and Philip, to our benefit. I really liked the chemistry between these two actors. It worked to make their on-screen relationship feel authentic, and I enjoyed the time spent with just them talking and figuring life out together. I think the writing for this is also pretty fantastic. While there certainly are a few things that we all expect to see in a movie like this, it did a number of things that I didn't expect, and it certainly didn't end the way I thought it would. I went into The Upside expecting a heartfelt movie that would eventually bring on the waterworks, and while I certainly got the heartfelt movie part, it did not make me cry. For most of the movie, I simply enjoyed what was happening between the two main characters and how they worked to learn from each other's experiences. I was especially impressed with the story of Del and his journey from being completely selfish to being completely selfless, and the effect that change had on everyone around him. I'm giving The Upside a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I thoroughly enjoyed watching The Upside, though I'm not sure how much rewatch value it has for me. I'm sure I'll watch it again with my wife, but after that, And that's my opinion on The Upside. Thanks for watching, and as always, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you back here next week with another review.